In this guide, we'll share a clear working image of the Samsung M17 SM-M176B UFS ISP pinout that you may be able to use to flash firmware/ROM dump, remove the FRP lock, unlock MDM locks from the Samsung M17 5G, fix dead boot issues, or reprogram the UFS chip using one of the many ISP-compatible boxes such as the UFi Box, Easy JTAG, and Flash64 Box. We will also provide details on connecting the ISP pinout to a proper UFS programmer box. As the Samsung M17 SM-M176B series, launched in early 2026, uses high-speed UFS, universal flash storage, instead of the older eMMC. The connection method and pinout logic have been modified. This guide provides the technical breakdown for ISP connections on this specific hardware. What is the Samsung M17 ISP pinout? When a device is hard-bricked or has a corrupted partition table, standard USB flashing often fails. In these cases, we use the ISP method. This involves soldering tiny wires to specific test points on the motherboard to interface directly with the device's storage, UFS/eMMC, without removing the chip. Using special soldered jumper wires attached to either test points or resistors on the logic board, you can bypass the faulty CPU, then read the information right out of the memory chip using one of these programmer boxes, such as a Flash64, Easy JTAG Plus, Medusa Pro 2, or UFi Box. Samsung M17 SM-M176B ISP pinout image. The test points are located on the main motherboard, near the UFS memory chip area, as shown in the inset image. To access the points, you might have to scratch away the protective mask or remove a small section of the EMI shielding. Key pinout points for UFS. REF_CLK, reference clock signal. RST, hardware reset line. TX0_P/TX0_in, transmit differential pair, positive/negative. RX0_P/RX0_in, receive differential pair, positive/negative. VCC, core voltage, usually 2.5 V or 3.3 V. VCCQ2, I/O voltage, usually 1.8 V. Required tools for ISP pinout. Make sure your bench is set up with the right tools before making jumpers. Flash64 Box UFi Box, or Easy JTAG. 0.1 mm, 0.3 mm jumper wire. Fine tip soldering iron. Isopropyl cleaner, IPA 99%. Soldering flux. Multimeter for checking continuity. How to connect Samsung M17 SM-M176B ISP to the UFS box. Remove the battery from the phone. This step is extremely important to prevent voltage conflicts. Clean the PC board area with isopropyl alcohol. Connect jumper wires to RST, SOP, SON, RXOP, and ROXON points with care using solder. Connect the wires to your UFS/eMMC tool according to the tool's pinout. Double-check each wire using a multimeter to ensure there are no shorts. Connect to UFi or Easy JTAG. In the UFi or Easy JTAG software, select Identify UFS eMMC. Now use the operation you want. User partition, special task, reset FRP. If you have the right connection, you will see the UFS chip information in the tool window. Frequently asked questions. What is the Samsung M17 ISP pinout? The Samsung M17 ISP pinout allows technicians to connect directly to the phone's UFS memory chip without removing it from the motherboard. No chip off required. What tools are needed for this process? You need a professional UFS programmer box and accurate soldering tools. Boxes: Easy JTAG Plus, UFi Box, Medusa Pro, or Flash64. Tools: 0.1 mm jumper wire, a fine-tip soldering iron, and a multimeter. What if my device isn't detected? Recheck your soldering for loose wires. Check that the wires are as short as possible to prevent data loss. Verify that you have correctly connected the GND, ground. Do I need to remove the battery before connecting to the ISP? Yes. Always disconnect the battery before soldering or connecting to a UFS box. Who should use Samsung M17 SM-M176B ISP? Professional mobile technicians. Experienced hardware repair engineers. Technicians with proper UFS tools